Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to another Voidling Bound episode. Words, things. We are going to evolve this guy. Why? Because I've got a bunch of points and I want to level up my dude. Which means we want to take the opposite route. Because I want to level up my keeper rank and see what I get. So there is no convergent evolutions. It just branches every time. Projectile that creates a long-lasting magma puddle, or large explosion on hit and a large magma puddle. This one. And yeah, each of these has a different output, which is kind of nuts. Fire trail behind when activating your sprint ability and gradually gain speed stacks, or damage over time puddle beneath you and gain fire rate whenever you take damage. And let's go for fire stride. So how much was that? Did I start at 54? Something like that. Okay, so I can do another one of these if I want to. Potentially level them up. Bear? Neither of these... Yeah, none of my bears have the good starting stats, though. But that is not necessarily a problem. Okay. So what about this guy? Yeah, because going plasma route would get expensive. Let's just go the opposite direction. Let's see. Swarm of 24 hivelings, seek 8 targets, poison on impact. Let's go this direction. Unfortunately, not going to have enough for the final tier. But that's okay. Let's see. Periodically spawn hivelings that seek poison and damage enemies, or gain armor over time, shadows when you take damage. Neat. Yeah, I'm going to have to farm a lot. But main goal is to just get enough stuff that my... let's see. Enough stuff that my keeper rank goes up so I can actually train some guys up to level 20. Then we can start the aggressive breeding program for real. I guess let's pick a mission. Yeah, because I think I'm done with everything on Vireo again. Yep, looks like we're good. So I have cleaning the eye. I mean, do you want to go this one? Go for speed this time? Okay. And if I'm going for speed... Now, I got this guy. I mean, he's nutty good. He's just not level, not the highest level. But it's fine. Alright, give him some more damage. And if I remember right, he's like a totally just regular thing. I don't think he's a special evolution. So I can make another one of him. Getting another one of the like gold dudes is going to be trickier. Let's see. Cleaning in progress. Yeah, so the tricky part here is, this is not a guy built for speed. He's absolutely ruinous to the boss, which is why I wanted to pick him. Well, the boss and this area in general. Okay, did we get it? We got it. Okay, grab some healing. Continue on. Because, yeah, we don't have time to dawdle. Because they gave me such a limited window of opportunity to get this level done. I guess the point is, like, you are supposed to be much stronger, much faster. At this point, I can't actually tell where the last of the goop is for this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, clear them all out. Get the healing. Actually, we're doing fine. Oh, that's your... That's how that works. Okay, we got these here. We got all these guys. Got them all. Get some plasma. Alright, head for the objective. I have no idea how we're doing time-wise. If this don't work, then I'm gonna need somebody that is built for speed. The problem is it has this really annoying shield charge. Like, we're losing time here. Well, we kind of are. Oops. Shouldn't do that. Okay. Got him with the gnarlies. Oops. Okay, clear the rest of this out. And make sure he's got the... Ow. And make sure he's got the vortex on him. Okay, as soon as that shield is off... Oh, maybe it was off. I have no idea. Alright. Was that 3.5 minutes? I don't know, actually. On the plus side, there's like a decent amount of plasma and other things sitting around here. Kind of worked out, sort of. Please tell me that was fast enough. Yes, it was. Perfect. That's a good feeling. Okay. Should get a new assignment for me. Yes. So 1,000 gen bots, but we can leave that for later. Let's see. Any of these amazing? No. I mean, they could be. Who knows? Let's go crack open whatever eggs we've got. See how my breeding program is looking as well. Ah, the answer is it's not. I guess it's because I don't actually care yet. I won't care about breeding until we can get 2 guys at max level. Until then, it's kind of a waste of my time and resources. Well, that wasn't very amazing. Alright. Take a look. Yeah, I think we're just going to release all of the normies. I'm unlikely to use them normally. Filter. Oh. Rarity types. So... Mutated. Exotic. Mutated. There is a rarity past mutated. How the heck do you get that? Is that like a platinum egg? Or is that some kind of like weird end result of psycho breeding? Who knows? Okay, upgrade. Can I get additional egg to the... None of this is really meaningful. Sadly. I guess what I should probably do is just go for talents. Okay. I don't think I need to be pushing too much here. So who do I want to train up to level 15? We have the colonizing Ursek, who actually seemed pretty maybe amazing. Because, yeah, he had roar, hivelings, swamp, slash. I thought I had a passive. That was just spawning extra. I'll have to check. Well, one way or another, sure. Because I'm not using him anyway. Okay. And then, all things considered, let's actually go here and max out talent trees. Because we're going to get way more research anyway by the time we're up to max level. So, best thing to do is probably just to make these guys absurd. Okay, so there's the melee, which I don't use that much. The fling, which I don't use that much. The ult, which I have not used at all. I think rather than that, let's go to the kitty cat. How are you guys doing? Because I think my goal is to kind of get a number of these guys ready and raring to go. My Carapin is very effective. Okay, so we're doing subterranean expedition. So once again, dealing with corruption. So Eltol Crater was once teeming with voidlings. Its volcanic caves and ancient chimneys form a vast subterranean hive, supposedly concealing a relic coveted by Gen life. This could become the main voidling bastion to regain their grounds on Solum. But corrupted genbots have crawled deep inside the tunnels, wiping out all the surviving fauna. Failure here would cripple our recolonization efforts and bury Genlife secrets forever. Descend into Eltol's cave network and eliminate every hostile presence blocking our path. Alright. Might give me another Anami. And I think I'm just going to keep going with Big Lad, because he is just so good. And it is wild to think that I'm playing this with, like, the worst kind of possible stat setup for a lot of them. You know, these are the not min-maxed, super overbred versions. There is a world where we are going to have guys with just so many stats. They're going to be zipping, they're going to be crushing. It's going to be good. I'm so glad I got my new headphones. I wear Aftershocks, or I guess they're just called Shocks now. They're bone conductive headphones. And they're extremely nice, as they don't actually cover my ears at all. And I have heat problems. Like, I'm a warm guy, and so like over the ear headphones are uncomfortable in a lot of cases. At least as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. You know, I can wear them for a little while, but while I'm working, I heat up, I get sweaty, it gets uncomfortable. It actually ends up pushing the arms of my glasses into my, both my ears and the side of my head in a way that actually becomes really uncomfortable. And so I try not to wear headphones over my ears when I'm working anymore, because it's just not worth it. And so to kind of facilitate this, I'd been looking into, like, hey, you know, are there any good alternatives? And I think I'd, like, stumbled upon people talking about bone conductive headphones. And I'm like, that sounds weird. I don't know if that's, like, real. It sounds like a bizarro, like, new agey thing that isn't at all useful. And then I was like, well, whatever. They've got them in my local Best Buy, and I'm kind of desperate. Let's go pick them up. And my first set was really freaking good. You know, they didn't last more than 4 years, which, I mean, I guess is kind of fine. But solved all of my, like, ear and heat issues, and so on and so forth. The only real problem is the fact that I didn't even hit that guy and he still got typhooned. The only problem with it is that the sound quality of the original bone conductive headphones were not amazing. It was, you know, it was fine, but it definitely didn't have much for bass. And unfortunately, after a certain point, whoops. Unfortunately, after a certain point, the, one of the sides gave out, so I could only hear out of, like, the right side. And it's like, okay, well, time to get a new pair. And I did, and that pair was great. And then I saw they had a sale on the newest model. I'm like, you know what? I want a second pair so I can actually, you know, have headphones attached to my Steam Deck and I don't have to, like, futz around with Bluetooth pairing, because I prefer to keep all of my work, like my work PC and my work everything, largely focused for that. I mean, obviously I can still play video games, but that also means, like, I don't want to mess with or move around my microphones. I don't want to do the same thing with my headphones, because, you know, Bluetooth is always a little finicky. It's been a lot better over the last, like, decade or so, but, you know, still odd enough that it's like, if I can't get my work headphones to pair with my computer, I'm going to have some problems. So I don't mess with it. So I was like, yeah, I'll get a pair for my own, you know, just casual usage. And see how that goes. I swear I'm, like, missing something here. Yeah, I am. And so the latest pair solves the audio quality issue by, like, a decent chunk. A big one is it just has so much better bass than the previous models. And this soundtrack's definitely making good use of it. Hold up. That's the way I came. I'm seeing blorbows. Why are there blorbows back there? Huh. Oh. I bet we actually loop back through here. Because these look like they melt. Yeah, I bet we come through that direction, hence why that area was tall. I just didn't want to, like, miss something kind of crucial. Because it's always a possibility, and it would suck. I'm not seeing anything up. Nor down there. Yeah, my goal is to only ever have to do these levels twice. Once for completionism and a second time for maximum speed. And, like, I can go 3 times if I've missed something, but no, still prefer not to. Okay, not seeing anything there. This is something, though. Good time to scratch my nose. Okay, not seeing anything else? Nope, we're good. I was originally kind of balking at this game having a max level that was, like, reachable. It's like, get a bunch of your guys up to max level, and I'm like, that seems like that's going to be a lot of work. I think it's because I'm used to games like Pokemon, for example, where the max level of 100 is impractical. You know, how often do you get all of your Pokemon up to level 100 in a regular casual playthrough? You pretty much don't. There's no reason to do so unless you're going for, like, competitive stuff. Like, unless you're actively trying to play competitively, or if maybe it's one of the few games that has big endgame grinds. I'm trying to think of which ones do. I haven't played Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield's DLCs. But I think Scarlet and Violet's was like a mid-game, that was a mid-game DLC expansion, whatever you want to call it, as opposed to like endgame. I also don't feel like Pokemon really ever had a good value proposition for getting up there. Most of your Pokemon stop learning interesting moves like 40, 50 levels before then. Oops. Well. Whee! Poor guy. Yeah, I'm just trying to be very thorough here. Because it came from this direction. And yeah, I was right about the melting through the cave and coming back. Aha! There's a golden egg. Is there a way I can, like, check? Damn. Yeah, a collectible tracker would actually be extremely handy. Yeah, anything that gives me just, like, a baseline idea of if I'm missing anything would be huge. Okay. Got that open. Not seeing anything else in here. And this is looking kind of like the end. Maybe. Let's see. Anything here? Nah, it's way too far down. Not seeing any other burnable rocks. Nope. Okay. Would have made sense, but there were buildings there. It's like, okay, maybe? No. So I've only found one golden egg so far. Oh, these are interesting. Monolith Sentinel. Yeah, so I guess now we've got ancient alien civilization as a secondary or tertiary enemy type. I mean, honestly, why not? I know the progenitor alien race has been done like a gazillion times to death at this point. I still love it. So, problem is, I'm still down a golden egg. That might be it. No. I should check if anybody's outlined a guide at this point. Not that I'm like super keen on following guides for an indie game. But even then, if it saves me just like time, really. I'm like, we do have this big freaking door. I doubt they put it in a position where my other characters cannot reach. Because usually there's 2 golden eggs per region. Okay, as far as I can tell, there's nothing. There's only 1 golden egg here. If there's more, I don't know. There's somebody that at least has a YouTube video with like all of the collectibles, including those freaking duckies, but I think I'm fine. I don't think I need them. If it turns out I do, I'm gonna be old cranky, but we'll find out. Anyway, hello, Ancient Warden. Okay, can't fully defend myself against all of his nonsense. Okay, does a chunk of damage. Yeah, main problem is this sucker's not very fast. Do a heal charge. I guess I gotta start bobbing and weaving, but yeah. I mean, ultimately, I'd just rip him down anyway, so it's not a problem. But, ouch. I don't think there's anything left to do here. Perfect. Got everything. Yeah, I think at this point I'm going to have to wait until I can breed them up to a higher level so they can have a bunch of speed and health. Golems, this is unexpected. But wait to see Leon, he's ecstatic, go see him first. These living alien runes will have my attention in time, but they won't steal the spotlight from what truly matters. Behold the splicing station, my greatest accomplishment, a masterpiece capable of restructuring any voidling's DNA and instantly morphing its form. Change its morphology, abilities, elemental affinity, and even granted additional mutated traits, all through controlled genetic splicing. Of course, none of this operates without polychromosomes, so I've set aside a generous reserve so you can begin your trials. Now go test your creativity. Let's see if genius can, for once, be contagious. I feel like this is one of those games they could probably just like slap some expansions on and it'd be amazing. Or just like a direct sequel that uses all of the mechanics. Okay, use polychromosomes to splice your voidling's DNA, changing their looks, abilities, and maximizing their potential. Splicing allows you to fully edit every aspect of your voidlings from genes you've already discovered through evolution. Spliced voidlings can even carry up to 3 mutated perks at once. Once a voidling is spliced, they can no longer breed. Keep this in mind as you work towards creating your ideal voidling. Oh. Let's just take a look at Speed Boy. So I can change its coloration, its eyes, its patterning, its build. I can change its modules, like what its crest is. Now these do also mess with their stats. Okay, so I could also switch it so it's cryo element. Plasma, okay. Yeah, explosive projectiles at a slow fire rate. Stream of ooze. Oh, this is insane. Wait, you can also change it so it has an elemental override. Chaotic projectiles at a high fire rate and disintegrate targets on hit. Oh, but that's because we're currently set to plasma. Oh, we still have one more unknown faction. Because, yeah, Organic is good against Legion spawns and Ancients. Cryo is good against Ancients and Genbots. Okay, then perks. Wait, you can have 3 mutated oh, wait. Oh, no, you're kidding me. You can have 3 mutated perks, but you can have 3 mutated perks from anything. Not just the species you choose. Oh my god. This is nuts. Most games are afraid to give you this much power, and this one just hands it to you. That's wild. Okay. Yeah, we're going to exit. I'm not going to touch that for at least a little while. I am unbelievably excited to play around with that. Unfortunately, it's one of those where it's like, well, you know, actually, I could mess with that. Because we've got a number of these guys that are functionally duds. They're not good. Their stats are bad, but I also don't necessarily need them for breeding. Transcendent Anami. And so I might actually do this with some of the golden lads. Okay, Transcendent Anami. Take a look at this one. Periodically apply disintegration to enemies afflicted by float. Or maybe not, actually, because it's homing slow-moving, low-damage bubbles that make enemies float on impact. Gem that unleashes vertical beams above and below, does damage over time, applies disintegration to enemies. I mean, seems good. But yeah, I could potentially make one unstoppable monstrosity that is my, like, end-all be-all creature for a little while. Problem is, wait, no, we do have another Anami. Not a good one, but we don't need a good one. But yeah, I could take this guy out. Go from there. Well, first and foremost, I think I'm going to take that Anami. Well, so the one problem with the Anami is the fact that its slow-moving projectiles is a little bit unattractive. But maybe it's not a problem. Well, one way or another, I think we're going to throw it into training. Get it up to level 15, figure it out. Worst comes to worst, we just use it for breeding. Okay, so second advanced training, sure. Gonna cost me like most of my stuff, but it's fine. I don't think we got anything else that was like banger good, right? No. Yeah, because who do I even want to use is the other question. I think some abilities cannot be mixed and matched as much. So I think on a personal level, I'd prefer a Queepec or an Anami so far. I have not tried a Nimiod yet. So why don't we trade in this one? I don't have good stats, but it'll be enough that I can test. So, Wrangler, what do you think of my splicing station? Addictive, isn't it? I assume you've already burned every single polychrome I gave you. Predictable. Excuse me, I saved them. Fortunately, I planned for your enthusiasm and engineered the polychrome converter. Should help keep a decent reserve. And if desperation strikes, I can provide mutagens from my personal stores. Take a look. So we can just buy stuff from him. Well, that's kind of nice. Let's see, assignments. We got a couple. Yeah, good to know that I can buy extra stuff. It's not cheap, though. And looks like Wrangler gets up to at least rank 30. Surprising turn of events, to say the least, Wrangler. I have to commend how you handled those ancient golems. I think I saw some covered with lesion tumors. Whatever the reasons, they attack anything that moves. Another danger the Voidlings don't need. Strange, isn't it? Genlife chasing stones instead of stunning life, but perhaps Leon will make sense of it once he's done playing God with his splicing station. For now, we'll get to the bottom of this, literally. Those runes you uncovered, Genlife dug straight into their heart. If the men here they're chasing exists, it's buried down there, and I suspect the ancients aren't guarding the area by accident. Get into that drill hole, clear out the Legion spawns and the ancients, and secure the bottom of the pit. Once that's done, the volcano's region will finally be legion-free. The Voidlings deserve at least one piece of that planet restored to them. Okay. Well, I guess first and foremost, Rune Delver. Well, and then safe passage. So Genbots and Legion spawns have no shared, like no crossover. So who do I grab? I mean, anybody could work. Is this the guy? Yeah, a lot of poison. And it was one of my Queepex. Was it this guy? No. One of my Queepex had a poison does not go away. But I forget who it was. Thought it would be this guy. Unless it was one of the ones I just threw into training. Could be. Well, do I want to try the Ursec? We haven't tried him yet, so I kind of feel like I should. Worst comes worst, he dies and we try this again. Alright, so let's get our vitality up. I think I'm just going to have him kind of be an all-rounder. Let's go for some speed. I guess what I should do, just in terms of breeding, is probably breed all-rounders. Powerful brawler twice... Ursec is a powerful brawler with twice the punch. Use your ultimate ability swap stance between Ur's unrivaled strength and sex speed and agility. Each stance has its own primary and secondary attack, giving you ultimate flexibility in battle. Okay, so we can do a shield charge, charge into enemies, and when taking damage from enemies, Ursec passively regenerates its health. I'm going to stay in the fight longer than other Voidlings. Interesting. Well, good melee. Okay, that's the roar. Got it. In retrospect, I haven't spent any of my data to make this guy good. I also haven't tried any of his other moves. We haven't needed to yet. Okay, stay away from that. Let's swap. And let's see what Sec is like. Okay, the ults refreshes quickly. It's that guy. Well, credit where credit is due. Dude rips. Okay, that's the ranged attack. On a bit of a long cooldown, though. Okay, fires out. So 7 seconds. Still not bad. Oh, that was effective. Hurt. But I do really like how he plays. Does not have much for, yeah, he doesn't... I don't know what stamina does on this guy. If anything? Oh, stamina is how far they can charge. Eh. I love these creatures. Okay, there is some concern that that a boss is going to ruin this dude, but we'll find out. Okay, never mind. Dude rips them too. Okay, you lost your shields? Yeah. Yeah, so the big issue is this guy doesn't like it when enemies have shield charges. It just doesn't matter. Holy shit. I was expecting to not like this guy because it feels like this game is built to be a third-person shooter. No, they nailed it. They beyond nailed it. Every single creature so far has been its own flavor of fun. Which is a problem because that also means that I like get stuck on one and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna play this guy for a while. Okay, I haven't clicked with the gremlins yet. I need to work on that. Still. Alright, go back to this. Are these guys still going? 7 minutes. Cripes. Okay, that's gonna take some time. Okay, 150 levels through the gym. Max level on 10 voidlings through the gym, but we need to... And like, here's the thing. For that bear blasting, that exercise in bear blasting, that was me just like screwing around. Okay, so that's the polychrome converter. Oh, that's the splicing station. So he actually fixed up all of them. I was just me messing around. I haven't even paid any attention to this dude's talent tree. Holy shit, it's huge? Why is it so large? What? Yeah, it applies bleed to enemies. Bashes regain 2.5% of its max health when damaging enemies afflicted by bleed. So bash side / side. I guess that's kind of it. Oh, so that's why it's so large, because these are completely separated. Well, let's see. Blitz knocks enemies back. Ultimate charge. Which I haven't even looked into. Sex swap. So what's this? Sex swarm damage or shockwave damage. Fire rate on swap. Sec has an additional speed stack. Or shockwaves. Sex swarm. Bile. Let's see. Hivelings apply armor reduction on hits. Crit chance while aiming. Let's see. Blind charge momentum. Armor stacks while it's on. After stopping. Boost alt. What is this one? Wind damage. They share their life pool. Oh. Oh. So do the different forms have their own separate health pools? Okay. I don't know what Ur's Blitz with. Long press attack and his primary ability that does stun on enemies. bash range by a little. Yeah, stamina efficiency. The width. Momentum. I'm gonna just probably burn a lot of mana making this guy nutty. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that. I think it's time to bear. Maybe. Yeah, because I got egg, but we can leave that for later. Okay, so what do we do? Survival? Survival. Well, ancients are weak to bear blasting. Technically, they're both weak to frost, but, nah. Hopefully there's a mission out there that gets me a lot of research samples quickly. Maybe. Now here's a question. Can I go in? No. Hello? Is anybody left? Oh, it's this little guy. Anybody else? Okay, so yeah, just a couple of these guys just hanging out in the back. Forgot that I existed, I suppose. Here, bud. So in that case, if this guy gets 5% of his max HP on a bash, on a bleeding enemy, I shouldn't invest any more into damage on them. I really should probably invest into max health. God. There is just a consistent joy here of messing around with all of the different options. Like, part of the reason why I suggested that this should maybe consider looking into, or like the devs should consider making a Bullet Heaven spin-off of this, is like, these traits here are exactly the kind of things that I'm looking for in Bullet Heavens and roguelikes. And it's actually a little baffling how great this is. Not entirely because, not entirely because it's bad, far from it. It's a... This game is not long enough to make use of all of the cool combos that are available in this game. And so, like, I looked up the completion statistics, and I'm roughly, like, a third of the way done with the game. A third to half, actually. Like, it's not a super long game. Which is unfortunate, because this is awesome, and I would love to be able to play this for, like, 20 hours. And, like, I could. Wouldn't take that much effort. You know, I just repeat missions, play survival, grind, and some other things. And who knows, maybe the next planet is going to have a lot more, like, substantial things going for it. Yeah, here's the nutty part. Because I... Okay. because I heal my a portion of my health every time I hit a bleeding enemy and I regen for being hit, I can just tank this guy. I definitely need to give this dude way more max health, though. Is the main one. Oh, man. I was expecting the bear to be a rough experience, and I'm just wrong, and it's so good. Magnificent work, Wrangler. Leon's finally decided to lend his brilliant brain to help us make sense of the walking rocks. Go talk with him. Okay. No, still not a high enough level. Wrangler, I must admit, I still fail to see why Gen Life was so obsessed with this absence of genetic study. Fascinating, though, these ruins are unmistakably the remnants of a mysterious lost civilization, and they left plenty of clues waiting for someone capable of studying them. Naturally, the scientists before us left nothing useful behind. I had to, again, redo the work from scratch. Typical. I coded a decryption software overnight to interpret the markings carved into the menhir, and the results are intriguing. The translation refers to the menhirs as rooms or capsules. Yes, plural, meaning there are others. Most glyphs are too eroded to decode, but one term keeps resurfacing, a location, to be precise. Aulis, a vast world buried deep within Legion territory. The ancients seem to have captured Rachel's curiosity, and although risky, she believes it's worth the journey. Whatever Gen Life was after, it didn't end on Solum, it began here. And now, it's our turn to uncover the rest. Okay, I should have a couple of eggs. I mean, in retrospect, maybe I should start jump-starting my breeding program a little. Do I bother? Not really, no. Okay, so we got healthy, witty, and agile. Here's the thing, I actually don't care about these traits that much. Let's see. Well, I could do a bit. Wish there was like some sort buttons that I could do. Not a filter, just a sort. Because I would love to be able to put these guys into a row. And figure out how many of each I have. Because I don't need that many for an extensive breeding program. So, like, these guys I can easily get rid of. That guy we can get rid of. This guy we can get rid of. Not going to be using him anyway. Never did actually use the telluric glick. It's fine. Oh, and each weird mutant we pick up, like the golden egg mutants, actually gets added, their perks get added automatically. Oh, wow, that's nutty. Okay, 6, 2. Yeah, we can get rid of this guy. I know it's already level 5, but eh. Still would like to find some more interesting Nimiads. But I guess we could play that one. It was the Nimiad that had the endless poison. Okay, so we could travel to Aulis. Could. Okay, select activity. And I'm going to try this guy this time. And then I should probably stop because I think I've done this mission, done plenty. Okay, so this guy, get its health up to at least 400. And then put the rest into essence. Because this one is the super poison one. I have no idea how fast it's going to be, but I'm mostly just curious about how well it's going to, how well it'll perform here. Because I figure otherwise people are going to yell at me for not. Whoops. Okay. Unmatched control and aerial superiority to the battlefield. Primary ability's potency can be increased by deploying pylons in the area. Each pylon extends the range of your attacks in a chain reaction. Emads jumps cost stamina but are limitless up to a set height. You can jump continuously as long as you have stamina. Use your tertiary ability to slam back down to the ground. If you need to recuperate, or hover near pylons to regenerate stamina. Okay, so this has got to go fast mode. Yeah, the thing is, we don't care about interacting with anything. So another homing character, actually. Okay, great in groups. How are they doing this? Like, I'm not trying to be dismissive of other developers' work, but this is like the ability variety here is above and beyond what I normally expect from like any other game. I think the one problem is not going to be fast enough for this. The damage isn't amazing. Like, I really do need one of my speed dudes. To make this one work. And, like, that's okay. We'll just complete this mission, then try again. Now, is that one of the pylons? Yeah, it is one of the pylons. Okay, that should be it. Yep. Is there another stage to this, or is this the end? I forget. There's places to explore, but we don't care. Yeah, the problem is because we're messing around with these fire rocks. Everything is slightly in the way. And it could be one of those where I actually do make this Nimiod the first, like, polychrome boosted dude. Okay. Unfortunately for me, yeah, I think I need to hit that one. I did. Go here. I think I'm just not going to have enough time. But that is part of the fun of it. Trying, experimenting, repeating, and then eventually finding some builds that really work. Okay, grab that. Back up to full health. Like... the dude rules. It has unlimited fire rate. The range is tricky to work with. Okay, I do have a teleport. Yeah, so I'll shoot my pylon to extend the range on an attack. Yeah, so I feel like this guy would be really best in... I'm just gonna go in here. I don't know, there might be an egg. Nope, just this stuff. And maybe a bunch of research. Hard to say. But this dude would be incredible in survival mode. Okay, so now I've made this into a toxic wasteland. Unfortunately, he's running away from me. Oh my god, I melted him though. And I'm continuously melting him. What the hell? Okay, I'll still say I don't think that was fast enough to get the perk, but yeah. Yeah, 3 minutes and 30. Yeah, that took twice as long. It's fine. It's somewhat just kind of a learning process, somewhat just like figuring it out. Okay. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I think we are going to splice a guy. Not this one, though. I think we're going to take one of these lads. Sad part is I kind of want to take one of these. Yeah, I might take the refreshed one. He's big. Sure. I don't think it matters. I like the head crest. We don't need strength. Okay, don't like the expeditive bladders. There's the refreshing soaker. There's the aerodynamic pouch. We'll do the soaker. Vitality, agility. I like the front wings. So, do we want to have this guy be plasma? Just make him a nice all-rounder. Their attack is the blowgun. I think fire hose is better for what I want to do. Snowplow passes through enemies, magma cannon. These, admittedly, I could still use some alternatives. You know, let's exit then. I think I have one more Queepec that I haven't, Oh, this is the Cerebrum Enhancer. Wait, I haven't even boosted this guy. Oh, man. Stamina to bonus damage, damage while hovering, target count, target count. Yeah, I haven't even looked into this guy's abilities. Nodes attack range while airborne. Max nodes. Cripes. Okay. I think we maxed out some of the Queepack. I think I'll grab that one, though. After dashing, 5 stamina regen stacks. Now I'll grab those at the very least. Elemental effects. Okay. I think I'll leave the rest there. Let's see. I'm going to put this guy in here. We want to evolve him. So at this point, we can see almost everything on the tree. So that's Fire Stride. Yeah, because I like Frenzied a lot. Wait, is that just permanent? Is that just always running? Oh, no. Oh, cool. And I can just skip ahead. So I don't even have to go through the prior branches if I've already seen them. So what do we have? Deal additional damage on hit to enemies afflicted by poison. Number of poison stacks increases the damage dealt. After killing an enemy, apply its poison stacks to the 3 closest enemies. Creeping Plague. Yeah. Okay. Hold up. I'm going to buy 2 of those. Didn't realize I was low. It's fine. Oh, though I should stop. This video has gone on, I think, too long. Unfortunately, I had to take a break. We had a hawk. Okay, killing an enemy, apply its poison stacks to the 3 closest enemies. Oh, we got a Wrangler rank up. Oh, that's a terrifying looking sucker. Okay. Well, what was I going to do? Where's my other guy? There he is. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to mutate this guy into a horror and do some fun things with him on the next episode. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.